again from Sue's Dog Life Kitchen, and today I just wanted to show you how to make some quick dinner rolls. So these are nice soft dinner rolls. I made these the other day for my partner and my son and myself for dinner, and they were really tasty. So today I want to try making them again and see if they come out, but I'm going to do it as a loaf of bread today and see if that works. Normally you have them as dinner rolls, but I'm just going to try them in a bread tin. So it's a really simple recipe, and I hope you'll enjoy making them with me. Okay, so today we're going to make these dinner rolls, and we're going to use this nice yeast that I have here. So you need, for this recipe, it's very quick. You need 240 mils of warmed milk. So I've already warmed the milk here. And then you need 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. There are so many dinner roll recipes, but I did find this one and I tried it and it came out well. So I'm hoping today it will come out again well. So I have 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. So I'm going to just show you the yeast. So 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. So we're going to put it straight into this milk, which is already warm. So that's 1 teaspoon, and that's 2 teaspoons, and about half, so 2 1/2 teaspoons. Then 1 tablespoon of sugar split into 2. So I split the sugar into 2. So you put that in there. Then just give that a stir. And then we're just going to let that rest for a minute while we do the rest of the ingredients. It's very simple. So we'll put that to one side a minute, and we'll carry on with the rest of the ingredients. So in this bowl I have 375 grams of plain flour, or you can use strong white flour, but I'm just using normal plain white flour. So to this you're going to add 1 large egg, which I have here. You're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt, which I have here. The other bit of the sugar, which I have here, and 60 grams of softened butter, which I have here. Okay, I'll just shut this yeast up and put it away. Right, okay, so what I'll do now is just put in the butter first and mix it in with the flour, like you do when you make pastry. So we'll just do that quick, like so. So I hope you're having a good day today and you're going out. It's bank holiday. It's the 23rd of May, I think. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I've lost track of time. But I know it's a bank holiday for sure. And it's very quiet here in Wales. I haven't heard any cars going up and down the road today. None whatsoever. So it's really quiet. So everybody's staying at home, keeping away from Wales because we're still locked down. England apparently is open now, a lot of it, but Wales is very much shut. So today I just thought I'd make some nice food. So I've been out in my garden doing some more seeds. So I've made that into breadcrumbs now, and to that I'm adding the 1/4 teaspoon of salt, or 1/2 teaspoon I put in there, and then the rest of the sugar, and then to this I'm going to add the egg in a minute. So I'm just going to add the egg, 1 large egg, just pop it in there. I can hear the wind opening all the doors, it's very funny. And then in a minute we'll just add the yeast mixture. And then all you do is put this somewhere to rise. So that's risen already. I'm just going to whisk it with a whisk first to make sure that it's all nice and frothy. There, it's nice and frothy now, so I'll just add that. And now we're just going to combine it all together. And then we'll just knead it a little bit, and then just leave it in the bowl to rise, double in size. I'm going to just put some flour on the table. and tip it onto there, give it a little knead. So just make sure you get all that mixture off of your spatula or spoon. And I'll just take it out of my hands, like so. I think this made about 9 rolls when I made it the other day. Obviously you can make more rolls if you add more to the mixture. You can make more mixture and then, you know, just double up the mixture amount and make a lot of rolls. But this is enough because I like my rolls fresh. I made beef burgers the other day and we had a barbecue outside, and I made these rolls especially for it. And my son made the sauce for the beef burgers, which is very similar to the sauce that I have on my beef burger recipe if you want to go and take a look at that. And it was very nice. And what I did was I cooked the beef burgers. I think the front door's open, so the wind is whistling into the kitchen. I might have to go and shut the kitchen door. Oh, it's making a lot of noise. Yeah, so the other day I made some really nice beef burgers, and I found that if I cooked them first, then just take them out and quickly just put them on the barbecue just to get that nice sort of taste, you know, that sort of burnt charcoal taste, if you know what I mean. But because when I first made beef burgers a few weeks ago, I done them outside from fresh, and they took so long to cook, and I don't really have a proper barbecue. I just use this special tool that you put the meat in and you close it, and it's like a sort of net, and you just put it over the top of the flames really, or after the flames have subsided a bit. But if you have a proper barbecue, then you can just do your burgers when you need them. So I just cooked them pre-handed quick, and then just put them on there, and then we all went outside and had a really nice barbecue with some really nice pink, fizzy, sort of champagne stuff. It was really, really lovely. Rosé wine. It was really summery and lovely, and the sun was shining. It was glorious. But today it's not so glorious. It's very, very, very windy. It's been windy since yesterday. So anyway, I've kneaded the bread now, so that will do. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just put it back in this bowl. But first of all, I'm just going to put some flour in there so it doesn't stick to the bowl. All right, because when I go to, you know, push it back again. So there we are. So I'll see you in a minute once this has risen, doubled in size, and I'll come back and then I'll show you what I do next. It's very, very simple. I just literally break it into the rolls, or I'm going to this time make this into a small loaf of bread. It's not going to be a very big loaf of bread, but I do double in size, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so I'll see you in a minute, okay, once the bread has risen. Hi there, Sue here again from Sue's Dog Broadmouth Kitchen with an update of the bread. So I've got my bread here, which is doubled in size. So I left it out on the table in the sort of conservatory stroke restaurant that used to be, it's no longer. And it has doubled in size. So what we're going to do is just knock it back a little bit. And then I've got a tin here that I've greased. And I don't know what size it is, I'm really sorry. I'd have to measure it if you do need the correct measurement. But I'm going to put it in here as a loaf of bread instead of rolls, okay? So we're going to try it out. I've not tried this, so this will be a first. And then we've just got to let it rise again before we put it in the oven, okay? So we're just going to take this out of here and see. It comes out very easy because I made sure I put flour in the bottom. And then we're just going to give it a light knead. It's a very, very soft dough. It's very soft and nice and pliable, very lovely. It smells lovely, you know. I love the smell of yeast, don't you? Especially when you're making bread, it just smells really lovely. So we're just knocking it back a bit and just giving it a little knead. And then we're going to put it in this tin and leave it to rise again. bread doesn't take very long, does it? There's so many different varieties. I'm just going to try and do as many different kinds as possible. I do have some other bread recipes. One went disastrously wrong when I tried doing some French bread, but I will try that recipe again, but don't have a laugh, it was very funny. But it did taste nice, but it just didn't come out right. My yeast was not right, that's what was the problem was. I had to buy some new yeast, and then I couldn't get hold of any. And then now I've got loads of yeast. I noticed in the shop yesterday when me and my son went, they had 3 different varieties of yeast. And they had tons of yeast. And they had loads and loads of ingredients for cake making and all sorts of wonderful ingredients. I really, really love the Eurospa indoor Geffling. It really has a wide variety of, I love the label Good Food. They got a made called Good Food and I absolutely love it. Really good quality stuff. And I bought a massive bag of sesame seeds yesterday. Instead of the little weaning packs, I bought a big bag. So it'd be great for next time I make bread, I can make sesame seed bread. So, I've kneaded that now, so that's enough, okay? So I'm going to put it in this tin, and then we're just going to leave it in there. I'm going to put it on top of my cooker this time, because I've just put the oven on, and hopefully it will rise and fill up this tin. So, I'll be back in a minute once that's happened, okay? So I'll see you again. Bye. Hello again, Sue here again from Sue's Dog Rod My Kitchen. So the bread has risen now in the tin. It looks really, really good. So all I have to do now is I was going to score the top if I can and just put a bit of milk on the top, and then we're just going to put it in the oven. And then we'll just see what happens, shall we? It's very light. And I'm thinking if I score the top, like so, hopefully that will look really cool. So anyway, I'm just going to put some milk on the top now. And then we're going to put it in the oven. And that's it. And then I'll show you what it looks like once it's done. So, cross our fingers that this comes out well, because if this comes out well, I'll be doing this recipe a lot. Because I do like bread, and I've got fed up with soda bread now. I do have some soda bread recipes, but this is like a light bread. So anyway, there it is. So I'm going to put it in the oven now. So the oven is on sort of like, well, it's on quite high, so sort of 250 degrees. I don't know what that is in centigrade or whatever. Gas mark, whatever. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I'm just going to put it on the middle shelf and then just keep my eye on it and have a look at it in 10 to 15 minutes and just see how long it takes, and I'll let you know at the end how long it's actually taken to cook, alright? So I'll put the time in at the end, alright? Okay then, so I'll see you again soon with the finished product of the bread. Okay, bye! Hello, Sue here again from Sue's Dog Rod My Kitchen with an update of the dinner rolls recipe done in a loaf of bread. It didn't work, by the way. It's different kind of consistency to normal bread, and it didn't hold together, so it didn't work, but it is absolutely delicious still. But I would stick to the rolls. There's a reason why they're called dinner rolls, and they do not make a loaf of bread. So that experiment failed, but it still came out really nice, and it rose over the tin. It got really big, but it's still delicious, and the consistency of this mixture is not like, you know, it is bread, but it isn't. It's really soft, light bread. It's not like dense bread. It's like, so it doesn't really work trying to make it into a loaf of bread. Well, for my recipe it didn't, for the one that I found, the one I told you. So anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Things don't always go according to plan, I'm afraid. Sometimes they go wrong, and I like to tell you when they go wrong, because, you know, I'm just like you. I'm just a normal person, and things go wrong when I'm cooking. I cook so many different things all the time. I have our dinner at the back here. I've been making so many things today, so I've just made dinner for us all. So while I was waiting for the bread to cook, but it actually tastes really lovely, even though it's not, because I just broke a piece off. And the mixture is really light and nice. I really like it. And it's more like a sort of cakey type. I know what it tastes like. Do you know currant buns? It's that type of bread. So it tastes like brioche, something like that. Sort of a bit different. It's not like normal type bread, but it still will go down well with everyone, I am sure. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and please give me a thumbs up and a like, and tell your friends and family about my channel. I'm loading up more videos again now. I did have a family thing going on here for the last fortnight or so, and so I've not been making any videos for a little while. But nothing to do with the virus, by the way. It was my mother died, but it was nothing to do with the virus. Okay, so I just thought I'd tell you that if you wondered why I haven't been loading any videos. But anyway, this won't matter now. This will probably be on there for 20 years, long after I'm dead. Anyway, so thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. Please ring that notification bell so you get notified of any new videos that I upload, and take a look at my other recipes, and also my animal recipes, just my animal videos and my gardening videos. Okay, so thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.